Emotionally, he's coached some outstanding teams in the past, and when you think of this team though, Cotter, it might be his most senior-laden team ever. He's got 19 guys who are getting big-time minutes.
And ironically, it will be a freshman, a rarity for Army Lacrosse. Will Coletti, who will take the opening draw with Jacob Phaup, the veteran for the Orange. And we're underway from the Carrier Dome.
Unfortunately, this holy place's history has a tragic part.
Big battle for the loose ball in the middle of the field. It's going to be won by Brett Kennedy in Syracuse.
Even with our green plates,
been a leader since he walked on campus, and he's given Syracuse the early 1-0 lead here.
Still haven't had his major against a physical matchup. He gets the leverage and he scores on Kennedy. I worry about this matchup from a strength perspective for Syracuse.
Call him what you like. People here celebrate Arafat as the man who did more than anyone else to raise awareness of the Palestinian struggle for independence.
He tried to come out of there cleanly with it, can't, but Army does.
At Piercehead University, with its beautiful campus
pick up
and
the
10,000
ball,
students,
and now we get a...
you can feel the energy.
As a passer, and we've seen him dominating as a scorer.
The most gratifying part of my work is
it's a good point you make with him not getting that COVID year back. For all of these players on Army, you mentioned the 19 seniors.
It's been a mainstay in the Carrier Dome. Every single year, early season, they come up. Chase Gedney, being an upstate local boy, playing in the place where his father was such a great tight end and passed away in 2018. That's a big moment for Chase.
That's a big moment for Syracuse right there. Phaup wins the draw after giving up, moves up a spot in the all-time scoring list for Army. Now number 2. A minute of this season still to go. Let's see Graber. We've seen Coletti, now we see Graber taking some draws for Army. Perfect. Alexo, he'll shoot, and he'll score. So maybe that's something that Syracuse needs. Get a long pole goal, give him a little juice on that sideline.
Sam Alexo taking it to his own hands and saying, all right, offense, you need some juice. Little giddy up. Top corner. Schupler has no shot. Yeah, you want, Cotter, ways to attack Army in unsettled, because like I mentioned earlier, Kyle George-Alice, the defensive coordinator, is fantastic in terms of scheming in the half field sets. So if you can get them offset, right? If you can have a transition type goal, if you can have a goal off a wing, identify from an attack perspective when they can become passers. I've seen some scores out of their attack these first few games, but I haven't seen enough passing. So if Army brings
that new goaltender in for the Orange, Harrison Thompson replacing Bobby Gavin there right at the end of the first quarter. Stays in here at the beginning of the second. Phaup winning yet another draw.
That foot into the turf. Bye-bye.
Phaup back to himself. Army was at 5-1 at one point in time in this game. Now we're even. Phaup. Alexo was going for goal number 2 with that long pole off the faceoff.
And I just give him a ton of props right there. His first touch, he says, you know what? I am going to the rack. You have to deal with me.
Ethan Barragan now trying to win some faceoffs for Army. Coach Alvarez doing all he can to try and win a draw, and it doesn't help. Phaup gets it, he's going right to the 10, and he scores!
They're going bonkers. And Jacob Phaup has been a huge reason for Cuse coming back. He doesn't win the clamp, but he wins the battle. In the ground ball, the toughness. What a play by Phaup. And they are not playing Phaup as a shooter. The defensive Army presses out on the wings. More concerned with the attack shooting ability from Syracuse. Phaup says, all right, I'll take it.
Army exploded at the beginning of this game, built a big lead. Syracuse in front of the home folks. They've stormed back up by 2.
Rewarded with a goal of his own.
He's won 10 of 13 draws in this game to really get dominant. Give him another one. Don't want to get greedy, though, here. Alexo tried to get that ground ball. Initially got it, but it goes back to...
And show help once he caught it was Donaldson. And that is a beautiful play by a long stick midfielder. A lot of times, you make that pass to the point guy, and you think your job's done. But he continued to cut into the soft spot of the Syracuse defense.
And it all started with a Phaup face-off win, but a turnover after he got possession.
Full quickness, Curry's the glider. And when you play him that far out, you become vulnerable. Cuts to develop by Brendan Nichtern. Leads the nation in assists for a reason.
Syracuse will look for the push in the back, and they'll get it from Coletti. Owen Seabold now with the hat trick in the first half for Syracuse. Coletti comes out of the scrum with it for Army.
The hangry chef. I mentioned earlier, Kyler, we got to have some of his bagels. He's been cooking up bagels on his own, and people have been coming Fridays to his house off campus. He's selling bacon, egg, and cheeses, and they look incredible.
He's got bagels. The shirt's here what to do with this face-off X, doesn't he?
He does. I wouldn't even be surprised if he puts a long pole up there and just tries to kind of stall a long pole shot there. Like Harrison Thompson cannot track that ball. It's the 6-foot stick. It's way back. He just absolutely hammers it. We've seen 2 goals now by long poles. Sam Alexa and then Stillings with that rip.
Man-up goal of the year. 6 of the 7 goals have been man-up.
That's flying, man. The great shooters in the country, you watch Chris Gray shoot, you watch Brendan Curry shoot. It's how quick they get it off. It's not necessarily how fast the ball travels, it's how quick it leaves the stick.
I thought Matriosa was going to come out of there with it. Instead, it's Army.
Possessions. Ultimately, that's what they're concerned most about at this point because they're not winning the initial draws. This is what they want. They want to muck it up right now. This is exactly what Army wants.
Still no possession. Still no possession. Now finally, Alexo picks it up. You saw him score a goal.
A scorer today. I mentioned Griffin Cook with the 3 last week and how he needed to emerge as maybe that extra Kelly recognizes that and actually beats him to his strong side, right side goalie. A lot of net to shoot at because of his ability to move the goaltender.
Coletti's going to be guilty of tackling Phaup against that zone.
Poor pass by Abshire results in a goal. And this is going to be the big ticket for the 4th quarter. How Army adjusts to the face-off domination of Phaup.
Coletti may have hurt an elbow in that exchange too. He's down.
These guys battle so much at the dot, man. Oh. I think he hurt his arm there. The toughness of the face-off guys and the goalies. I mean, they're just a different breed, man. Scrappers, constantly fighting for their team. It's a tough kid, man. One of the only freshmen that are getting playing time. The Black Knights, one of the captains, but Coach Alvarez said Danny Kelbasa has the empathy of a 60-year-old man. That just tells you he cares about his team and is an incredible leader on a team full of leaders.
Says he's unlike anybody he's ever met in his life. This game no different. At times, both of these teams could have sat back and said, it's just not going to happen for us today. Neither one of them has done that, though. You see the battling at the face-off X for Army. Phaup completely owned that battle in the first half, but Army has come back. Pendulum has swung in Army's favor, up 2 over Syracuse here in the fourth. That's T.D. Earlin, volunteer coach, face-off specialist. Obviously, Clark, one of the great face-off men in college lacrosse history.
Yeah, and he plays for the PLL Redwoods. He'll fight for a spot on Team USA. And during the break, we were following him and seeing him talking to the face-off guys led by Jacob Phaup, who dominated the first half, won 14 out of 19. Now only 6 of 11 in the second half. Army has answered the bell. They're scrapping. Let's see if Phaup has a counter.
Phaup was quicker on the draw, and Alexo with another ground ball.
Same type of trait of wanting the ball in critical spots. Late in the shot clock, he makes not just a play, but a ridiculous play.
And Coletti makes a play by getting possession. He'll shoot and score!
Wow. A team littered with seniors. The toughest guy on the field today might be Coletti, the freshman face-off guy. Not all face-offs are created equally. First half dominated by Phaup. Second half, he found a way to scrap. Looked like after one face-off loss, his arm was detached from his body. He comes back in the game, not only wins that draw, but sticks it.
Phaup bounces back and gets possession. Now Syracuse down 4 with 4 to play.